Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and another little update. So I'm currently working on my Astra Twintop and I'm just in the process of fitting replacement front springs and shocks. Now I didn't want to start arsing about with using spring compressors, so a mate I know called Chris, he breaks twin tops for fun and I managed to get these replacement front legs. Now one of them, this passenger side one, is already on the car, already fitted, and this is the other one ready to go on. I've given it a bit of a wire brush and sprayed a bit of paint on it just to tidy it up, but the springs are in really good condition. These are the old ones, and as you can see, they're a right old mess. So this is the one off the passenger side, which I replaced first, and as you can see, the spring had snapped twice, snapped there and snapped there, very knackered. This is the one off the driver's side, which is obviously snapped there, and maybe this one snapped twice as well actually, so it looks like it snaps there and there. I'm trying to work out, I don't know, it's a bit of a mess. Whatever. Yeah, I think it has snapped twice. I think that used to be attached to that, and oh, I don't know. Either way, as you can see, it's no wonder it was sat on its backside. So I'll just show you. So the other problem I've had is the drop link at this side has been a right ball ache to get undone. This top nut was a right ball ache, to the point at which I had to do this. I had to cut it in half. So I used my little Dremel style tool, which I bought off eBay for a bargain price, much cheaper than a genuine Dremel, and I'm actually testing it, doing jobs like that, see how long it lasts, see if it lasts as long as my Dremel did. It were a fraction of the price. So yeah, I had to cut the nut in half to get it to come off. It unwound so far, but then it won't come any further, so that was the only way to get it off. I don't know where the other half is, it's under here somewhere. This is one of the joys of my driveway, because you know, one side of it's concrete and the other side is just solid clay with pebbles on it. My voice has just gone funny because I just coughed. So yeah, that drop link was the only thing that's been a pain. So what I'm going to do, I've managed to get it off without damaging managed to get it off without damaging the I'm just going to have to pause the video a sec. Right, I've just cleared my throat and I've just come back. So yeah, I managed to get the old bolt off without actually stripping or damaging the threads. And then what I've done is I've ground flat 2 flat pieces to be able to get a spanner on, and then I'm going to try and find a nut that's the suitable size, just so I can reuse the old drop link. If I can't get it to work, then I'll just buy a replacement drop link and I'll just have to replace the whole thing. But yeah, one of the problems was the drop links on the drop link on the passenger side had already got these flats, so you could get a spanner on and then you could undo the nut. This didn't have the flats. Instead, it had this internal thing for a Torx. And the problem was it was working fine at first, but then it just decided to round itself off. So then I had nothing to grip onto. I tried a mole grip and all sorts. I tried grinding these flat to get a spanner on while it was still on the car, but I couldn't get it right. So that's why I ended up just cutting the nut off, because the nut just was not moving. It just was not moving. I managed to get a decent bit of grip with the spanner, but it didn't matter how much force I put on it, on the nut just would not budge. It just wasn't moving. I've had heat on it. I had the blowtorch on it to get some heat into it. Still won't budge. Just would not move, so that's why I cut it off. So now I'm just going to put the shock back on and bolt it all back up, and then I'll try and sort the drop link as the last thing. And as I say, if I can't get the drop link to work, I'll just buy a replacement one. One thing that is weird on these, which I've never seen on any car I've ever worked on before, is the fact that there's no top nuts holding the shock absorber into the tower. Instead, there's just these 2 plastic clips which go around the top of the shock absorber, and that's literally all that holds it in. So I thought it quite bizarre. I'll show you this side where you can see it in place. There we go. And if I just borrow one of these, so all it literally does is slot into there like that, both sides, and just locks it into the car, and that's it. It's just like a little ratchet, as you can see, showing the side that's reattached, and you just push them together and they just lock with them little teeth, and that's it. That's all that, you know, holds the shock in. So when you jack the car up off the ground and the wheel's dangling, it's just them little plastic clips which are stopping it from pinging out. Bizarre, but there you go. The Vectra might be similar actually, because I don't think the Vectra's got any kind of top mount bolts, or from memory anyway. I might be wrong. So anyway, there you go guys, a little bit of an update. I'm gonna get this fitted back in, just clean some of the dead spiders out, put it in, bolt it up. Oh, I did have a problem with one of these nuts as well. So these are the bolts that go through the steering knuckle. One of the bolts was just rounding off. This one's okay, the other one just started to round off, so I had to use my special tool that's got the teeth on it. You have to hammer it on, and then it digs in and it grabs it and bites into it so that it can't slip. So that's the only thing. I have got a replacement nut because I've got a spare one, and that's the right size, so I'm okay for a spare nut for that. I just need to find a spare nut for the drop link and see if I can reuse the old drop link, but if I can't, like I say, I'll replace it. So there we go guys, little update. I am getting little bits done. I then want to crack on and start working on the Vectra. The Manta is currently there. I don't really like it being there. I'd rather it be tucked away somewhere a bit better than just under my tree, although my big tree does actually work quite well at blocking a lot of the rain. So when it does rain, the Manta actually stays dry sat where it is. So in some respects it's actually better. I then need to obviously sort the Mark III as well, get some work done on that, and oh, just so much work to do, which is why I was going to sell the Vectra. But look at it, just look at it. All right, it's a bit mucky, it's got dusty again, but it's just such a good looking car, and it just runs and drives just lovely. I did actually give it a cheeky little drive down the road the other day. Private back road, obviously, as you can understand, it's completely private, and yeah, so yeah, I want to get that on the road, so I'm going to crack on guys. So thanks a lot for watching. Please do stay tuned. I'm going to do a lot more of these little short videos as I do little bits of work on my cars, so stick around for more, and I'll catch you next time. Laters. Hi guys, if you watch right to the end, then you're getting this little extra bonus bit of video. So this is where I've got it all back on. I did actually manage to find I'd got a spare nylon nut, which was perfect for certain the drop link. So that's the drop link sorted. The only other thing I wanted to mention on the video that were a pain in the back side is these cables. These are so difficult to get off without breaking them. When this is all rusty and crusty like mine is, so difficult to get off. So I ended up breaking them both on both sides. So that's attached with a tie wrap, and yeah, that's the only way I could do it, unfortunately, because once you snap them off, there's no other way of holding them back on. So nice and solid, nice and secure. It's because there's that little tab inside there. You're supposed to be able to just press in that little tab and then it slides off. But when the car's, you know, as old as it is, you know, 2009 mine, and some of them are 2005, you know, some of them are 20 years old. Mine's going on 20 years old. All that rust builds up around the sensor, and then, not the sensor, the little plastic clip, and there's just no way of getting them off. They just become brittle. You try and press in the little tab, and then you try and push them up and pull them up, and they just won't budge. I sprayed WD-40 in. I scraped as much of the rust off as I possibly could beforehand. Couldn't get them to budge, and then in the end, they snapped. There should be like a little piece that goes across there and a bit that goes across there, and then once they snap off, it just drops off. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So there we go. I'm going to get the wheel back on. I'm obviously just going to clean up this face and put some copper grease on, and then put the wheel back on. top mount. Oh, I've shut the bonnet. But yeah, there we go. Nice new spring. Hopefully these shocks are okay. They did come off a car that was about the same age, but they do look like they've been replaced because these springs are nearly new. There were a little bit of surface rust in places, a couple of flaky bits, which I've scraped off the couple of flaky bits of powder coating and put some fresh paint on just to keep them okay. And as I say, I just wire brushed the lower shock absorbers and just chucked a bit of satin black paint on just to, you know, make them look a bit more presentable, and then I can get them in for an MOT. So fingers crossed they'll be back on road soon. So there we go guys, thanks a lot for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.